Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am Crystal, otherwise known as Radiant Owl, your sacred wisdom keeper. And today we are doing another episode of Garden Tea Talks. So go ahead and grab yourself a cup of coffee, tea, or whatever suits you best. And let's have a nice conversation. So today's episode is going to be about manifestation through time. So let's talk about manifestation a little bit. The example that I had for this was going to be my weight loss journey. And that is because it took quite a bit of time to actually manifest the goal that I was trying to reach. And I had actually set multiple goals for myself throughout this journey, like different weight limits that I wanted to reach. And every time I'd reach a goal, I would reward myself. And so this is just one way that I guess you could say, used time to my advantage. And that is, I definitely decided to give myself an unlimited amount of time to do this. And I was very patient with myself as I went through the process, okay? So, I didn't, at first when I was doing my weight loss journey, I was working out a lot, like a lot. And I was doing really difficult workouts. I was trying pretty much every kind of diet I could try, keto, all these different things to see if they helped. And they did a little bit, but nothing was sustainable for me at the time. What really helped me the most was actually when I used manifestation alongside of the actual physical work that I was doing. And it ended up being a lot less physically demanding than I thought. And also, the key, of course, was consistency with what I chose instead of switching back and forth between different things, different workouts, different styles, different diets, and things like that. Consistency with one program was what actually helped it stick. That, and of course, the manifestation aspect, which was reminding myself every single day that I'm already there, living as if I had already become the goal that I had wanted to achieve, right? And so, as far as manifesting through time goes, I would say another aspect you could look at is looking back in time. So, things that you used to do as a child, like using your imagination, for example, playing pretend and living in the end goal of what you are currently trying to accomplish with manifestation is almost like playing pretend when you were a child and using your imagination to create realities that didn't exist, right? Or that would exist in the future potentially. And so that is another way to utilize time to look back at your inner child, your soul, and see, how did I used to play? How did I used to make it fun? How did I used to step into and embody the role of the character that I was trying to become? Or maybe not at the time trying to become, but just playing and having fun with it, right? The world was just your playground. While as an adult, it still is. It's just that your manifestations have become more serious because you put more emphasis on how they impact your life, like needing the money or really, craving the relationship or whatever it may be. And so this is just another way that you can go back and sort of look at your inner child and ask, like, how can I make this fun? How can I make this imagination and play and turn it into manifestation without the work so much, right? And again, consistency is key, and so is repetition. And this is something that you'll hear a lot in the manifestation community and from me as well, is that repetitive affirmations also help a lot. And they help reprogram your mind and retrain your thoughts to embody, again, that goal, that thing that you're trying to achieve, that manifestation that you wish to call in or create. Everything already exists, right? We've talked about this a lot in the past. Everything that you desire you desire it for a reason. It's your God self, your higher self, right? Your soul that has put this desire within you that's sort of magnetizing back and forth between you and the thing, right? It's a magnet. It's calling you in, you're calling it in. Everything you desire desires you, etc. And so, with that in mind, I just lost my train of thought when my heater went off. Sorry. Let's see. Magnetizing it. I don't know. Maybe it'll come back to me. But I guess what I'm trying to say is the whole method acting approach, or, oh, I remember repetition. The whole method acting approach goes along with the getting back in touch with that inner child, really getting in tune with that inner child and remembering how to play. I know Neville Goddard had like a 72-hour or 3-day technique where you would really step into the role of the character that you are wanting to become, the person that already has what it is you want. And the repetition goes back to childhood as well. So everything that we learned how to do, we had to repeat over and over, like writing the alphabet or learning math or anything. It's always been about repetition and reprogramming your mind, or programming your mind to be able to memorize and do these things. So in a way, if you think about it, we're remembering the future. We're memorizing the path to the future by remembering who we were and how we used to do it as a child. How many things do you recall from your childhood that you used to play out, right? That you used to play pretend, that have manifested? I used to carry around a baby doll and a diaper bag and wanted to be a mother so bad when I was a child, right? Like, and it wasn't like this pulling desire that I was magnetized to. It was just something that I wanted really badly for my future because I saw how much I enjoyed being with my parents and how much they enjoy being mothers to me. I'm trying to decide how deep I want to go into that. I think I'm just going to pass that one up a little bit and save more information on that for later if it comes up again. But yeah, and then there's the whole, I keep losing my train of thought. I'm sorry, guys. I'm highly caffeinated, but I can't hold a thought for too long right now for some reason. I decided my drink of choice was going to be coffee today. So. But there's a lot of things that I embodied as a child that I ended up manifesting as an adult. Oh, another example I have of this is, it was more like in my teenage years, or early teenage years. I used to read a lot of magazines, and I used to love to write a lot, and I still do, obviously. And I thought at one point in my life I would love to either start my own magazine or write for a magazine. And recently, I actually had a magazine company reach out to me. And so we'll see how that goes. But this could be part of my younger years manifesting in my adult life, right? So it doesn't always take a super long time to manifest the things that you are playing out. It's just that as a child or as a teenager, especially before we knew about things like manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption, etc., we just did these things naturally. It was like, when I said remembering the future, like remembering how to bring the future in, I guess, it's things that we inherently knew how to do before we incarnated here. And they just came natural to us, playing pretend, having imaginary friends, playing house, right? Pretending to be the mother or the father or the race car driver or the astronaut or whatever. And how these things played out as we grew up, of course, is going to be different for everyone. And I don't want to get started on the negative stuff. I don't want to talk about that. If you have any comments on that, please. I'm not the person to talk to about that, at least not for this specific video. We're not going to touch on that today. I do have shadow work series that I go through talking about different things, but as far as manifestation concerns, I know a lot of people talk about childhood issues and negative things that happen, and no, I don't believe that as children we manifested those things. That's a whole other topic for a whole other day, so please, before you comment saying anything like that, it's not for this video, okay? Just something to keep in mind. So, yeah, I guess the thing to do would be to journal. If you're into journaling, what are some things either that you used to play out as a child that manifested in your later years, in your adult life, teenage years, whatever? Like, start listing the things that you realize that you, like, maybe at the time weren't intentionally manifesting, but ended up manifesting, just as a catalog of success stories for yourself, right? And then flip to, like, if you want to like divide the page in half or whatever, flip to the other side of it and write down a list of things that you want to manifest now and reverse engineer it by playing it out, role playing, method acting, even if it's just for 3 days, doing the manifestation technique of Neville Goddard, the 72 hours of embodying that reality, right? embodying that persona, whoever it is that you would be, how you would think, how you would eat, how you would walk, how you would talk, how you would, what your routines would be, how you would sleep, wake up, etc. Everything you can think of to embody whatever that version of you is doing at the time that manifestation has become a reality for you. Okay? So there's something to think about. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.